Welcome back to the Diamond Niner Fans Podcast for the week of May 20th, 2018. I'm Nick, and I'm joined, as always, by Kevin.
What's up, Niner Nation?
And producer Brad, making it all go. Producer Brad got in early, but that's all right. We love him anyway. He's just so anxious about today's show. Kevin, it's tournament time, and the boys are headed to Biloxi.
That's right. It's a good feeling to going back to Biloxi as a 4 seed for the second year in a row. Good season. Good regular
stuff.
season.
Third year in a row we made the tournament, right?
Right.
And second year in a row is a 4 seed, so it's good. This is we're getting to where we wanted to be. Well, I always want more, of course, but this is a good feeling. It's good. The guys put together a nice season.
Yeah, great regular season. They were picked to finish 6th in the conference. They ended up finishing 4th, and finished strong. Finished strong.
Yeah, good stuff. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about how we got there and set the table for this week's tournament because it's going to happen fast, starting on Wednesday night for the Niners. So we're going to talk about that. But first, let's talk a little baseball from this past week, and we won't dwell on that, but we're going to spend a little time on it, then move on and talk about where we go from here. Midweek game, we had a game scheduled at Winthrop on Tuesday. This was the return match. Winthrop came here a couple of weeks ago, and the Niners, what was it, 18 to 1 or something like that. It
something
was,
crazy like that.
Yeah, we had
we scored like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, it was a good midweek game. This week there was threats of rain in the area, and I guess when did that announcement come out, Kevin? It was early in the day. It was about lunchtime.
Yeah, around lunch is when I heard.
About lunchtime, the announcement came out that threat of weather. We're gonna cancel that game. And you know what? I was so happy. That's good. I mean, I'm just being realistic here. We didn't need to use any arms. We didn't need to risk any injuries, and so the weather forecast did its thing, and it all worked out.
Right. Just focused on San Antonio for the weekend coming up.
Yeah. The big thing this week was San Antonio. So let's see how I can put this, Kevin. Niners go down to San Antonio. They needed 1 win to secure the 4th seed. There were some other ways that the Niners could have moved up as high as 3rd or even 2nd if they got a lot of help, and they didn't. There was no help. But the Niners needed to get 1 win and guarantee themselves 4th place. And Thursday night, not Friday night, I want to make sure I don't slip up and say Friday, but Thursday night, the series started a day early, the guys did just that. They got the one win that they needed.
Yep, they wrapped up the 4th spot. Really not much offensively going on for either team in that game. Josh pitched well. All our pitchers were on a pitch count this weekend, kind of getting them ready for the tournament.
Yep.
Didn't want to burn them out too much. But Josh pitched well. Gooding pitched well. And then Patton pitched well in the end. We ended up scoring 2 in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
Too late and won the game 2-0.
So between those 3 guys, Josh and Chase and Jonah, they combined for a 3-hit shutout. I mean, that's hard to improve upon that.
Right.
And it's a good thing too, because we did not do a very effective job of pushing runners across the plate really all weekend, but started on Saturday Thursday. I guess Thursday's offensive performance can be best summarized with 2 words, and they are Brad Elwood.
Yeah, he got. He got going in the 9th there with the first run. And we got 2-0 win with everything coming in the 9th. It was pretty a pitcher's duel to the end.
Yeah. Nobody had much going on. And then we kind of got it out. So the boys get the win on Thursday. So that locks down the 4th seed. Now, what happens after that, Kevin? And let's just put it out there. Is 2 more days of extremely frustrating baseball.
Yes, yeah.
Friday 4-3 loss for the Niners. Saturday 5-1 loss for the Niners. And the pitching for the rest of the weekend, the pitching did all right. Not as well as it did on Thursday, but respectable Friday and Saturday. What did not follow on Friday and Saturday were hits.
Right. And really, all around offensively, if you're looking for offense this weekend from these two teams, you didn't get any of it. Friday, 4-3 a game, and Saturday a 5-1 game, really.
Yeah. Total weekend score of, let's see, they scored 9 and we scored 6.
Yeah, and it wasn't like we had lots of aces going, 9-inning shutouts. It was lots of different guys throwing in these games.
Both teams trying to piece it together, thinking about next week.
Right, definitely. And I think Mims had 2 homers in the game Friday night.
Mm-hmm. 2 solo shots.
Yep. Dom had a homer in the Saturday game, and
our lone run.
That's pretty much it for offensively for the Niners. Got pretty decent pitching Friday and Saturday, I'd say, but the staff was prepping our pitching staff for the tournament, and had guys on short leashes, and they got their work in, and now we got that one victory, got our work in, and now it's time to move on towards the tournament.
The only thing that you're slightly concerned about, I like where the pitching staff is at going into this. Going back to last Sunday against Marshall, where we won the game, but racked up 5 hits. And then these offensive struggles kind of followed us into this weekend. It's the time of year. It would be a good time to get that turned around with the tournament starting on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, this time of year, you see a lot of times you see pitching just kind of step up and overshadow hitting. We're going to see a lot of good pitching down in Biloxi, that's for sure, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of guy UTSA throws at us, and who we throw at them after we just saw them this week. Yeah,
and we'll maybe speculate about some of that here in a few minutes. Let's to wrap up the regular season, Kevin. Niners end up going 31-22, 17-13 in the league. Finished 4th, as we said. They were picked to finish 6th, right?
Right.
Picked to finish 6th by the coaches. They finished 4th, so that's excellent. RPI settled at 85 last time I checked it. The strength of schedule of 97. So yeah, good, solid numbers.
Pretty good season.
Solid, respectable numbers.
Definitely, and I think we saw last year. I think our RPI was in 58, 59 range.
Yeah.
We finished 4th. 2 years in a row in this conference is pretty good. Setting ourselves up for a good conference run in the tournament. But over the regular season, we in Conference USA Series we were 7-3. Our 3 losses, we were swept at FAU. We lost 2 of 3 at home to UAB, and then this past weekend was our only 3 conference series losses. So, and 2 of those 3 are in our tournament bracket coming up, so
lots of chances to make up for it.
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen each other before, so it's going to be a lot of familiarity.
They say that breeds contempt. Familiarity.
That's right.
Breeds contempt.
It does.
Here's my thoughts on this, okay? I'm not. If we play, right, we know we're playing San Antonio. If we play UAB, okay, if we play UAB, it will be because they upset Southern Miss and we won our first game, and then we would take on UAB in the second round. And you know what, Kevin? We owe UAB.
We do. I think we do. They stole one from us, I believe, when they came to the Hayes, and I would really like another shot at them, but I hope we don't get a shot at them. I hope we.
Hey, I'm okay with getting another shot at them if they can beat Southern Miss and put them in the losers bracket, that's fine with me.
Yeah, that works too.
We're not going in the losers bracket, Kevin.
That's what happened last year. That
is exactly what happened last year.
We can get more into that when we start talking about a tournament, but yeah. Good overall Conference USA season. 7-3, pretty much overall series record. Good for 4th, and we took out at La Tech team who finished 2nd. They've been nationally ranked a lot of this year.
Did that at their place.
At their place. So, not really scared. This team's not really scared of anybody, I don't think. They'll go on the road. They'll go.
No reason to be scared of anybody at this point.
They can play with anyone, I think.
Yeah.
The FAU series, we were swept. We were right in those games. One game was an extra inning game.
Yeah.
Lots of 1 or 2 run ball games in that series. So, this team can play with any team in the conference, and I'm looking forward to getting them going next week.
Yeah. Let's go do it. Why don't we take and this is going to happen, and depending on when you're listening to us, this will come out on Monday. Depending on when you're listening to us, the news may already be out by that time. But we're going to have pretty quick here the next few days some all conference selections coming out. Kevin, why don't we just take a couple of minutes here to sort of speculate where we think some of these honors might go as far as it relates to the Niners?
Yeah, I think we'll go through here and see where we think they should be. But I think starting off, Josh, I think he's in line, for his first team all-conference, Conference USA. He's 4th in ERA with a 2.46 ERA. He's 8th in conference in opponent's batting average, 225. Most innings pitched in the league, 95. 3rd in Ks, 95 Ks on the season. He's tied for most wins with 8 wins. So yeah, he's had a great season. I think they put 4 starting pitchers on that on the first team. So I think he's one of the 4 best pitchers in this league, and he deserves to be on the first team.
I mean, and let's just Nick Sandlin at Southern Miss, he's going to be an All-American more than likely. He's
a top prospect, All-American. He's preseason,
He just had an insane season, and which is crazy because we were going back to when we were doing the preseason show, and they announced that their All-American closer was going to move to and be their Friday guy. We were like, and look what he did with it, right?
Yeah,
so
he became their ace.
He's been an ace. He deserves every award he's about to get. But once you move on from Sandlin, I think that his resume is right in there with anybody's.
Yeah, so I would definitely expect to see him on the first team ballot. I'd be disappointed if he didn't get that.
Yeah, agreed.
Moving on to Harris Yett. He's had a hell of a season. Johnny Bench Award finalist. So he's a 16. He made the cut to 16.
Yeah, final 16, which is an honor in itself.
Right, in top 16 catchers in the country. In the conference right now, he's 8th in batting average, 12th in on-base percentage, 7th in hits overall with 72 hits. So yeah, he's put up some good numbers.
Great season.
Solid defensively behind the plate, and I think he deserves to be up there on one of the he's probably the best catcher in the conference, I would say.
What was that? There was I remember Sean cited it. Was it 12 runners he's caught stealing? It's something like that. It was a good number.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're on the same page so far. I can see that.
I'd love to see him get on that first team.
I'm okay with that.
He's had a good year. He's had a year that would back it up.
Yeah.
Jackson Mims, he's had a good season. He's up there in a lot of the conference top 10 lists as far as offensive stats. He's played mostly third base. He played a little bit of first base this year, but he's 12th overall in conference in batting. He's 341. He's 10th in slugging percentage. Has the 5th most hits in the league with 75, and he's 5th in total bases with 118. So he's put up pretty good numbers. Been solid there, pretty consistent in the middle of our lineup. I think that deserves a shot. He got a shot to be on one of the all conference teams.
Yeah, I mean, just honestly, probably not talking first team with Jackson, but his name deserves to get mentioned. We go 3 deep, right? 3 teams deep, I think.
2 teams. There's 2 first team, second team, and then freshman team, I believe.
Okay, second. Again, just guessing.
Yeah, this is just.
I'm just guessing, but I could see Jackson on the second team.
Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves some recognition. Reese Hampton. I think he's probably the best center fielder in our conference.
If there's a better one.
Amongst the league leaders in offense, he's ninth in hits with 71 hits. He's second in triples with 4, and he's ninth in stolen bases with 13. Does a lot defensively. Had a lot of great defensive plays this year, and a lot of key hits for us. So I think he's deserving of an all-conference nod.
Learned to hit with some power this year.
Yeah, had some pop, and
who covers more territory in center field?
Right. I mean,
and the highlight catches he's made. I mean, we're spoiled because on a game-to-game basis, Reese is doing things that are really difficult that he's making look easy. I mean, just all the time.
Yeah.
We don't even, not that we don't notice it, but we do. We take it for granted.
He's getting there standing up when most guys would be having to dive. Or
Absolutely he is.
But, yeah.
Absolutely he is.
He deserves a spot on up there with the all-conference teams. I think he's put up some pretty good numbers, and you can't put everything on a stat sheet. So he's definitely made a lot of great defensive plays.
And who else does backflips before the game?
Well, I don't know.
I don't see anybody else doing that.
Well, I don't either. But we're probably watching the same games.
Yeah, all the same games.
Another guy that I think is deserving of all conference nod is Jonah Patton. He's second in the league in saves with 9. In conference only games, he's first in saves with 7, and he's finished. He's first in games finished with 12. He's finished 12 games this year.
Yeah,
he's got a 1.65 ERA in conference games. So yeah, he's gotten it done in conference, and I think he deserves one of those relief spots on the all conference team.
Yeah,
he's had a good year, and he's deserving of that recognition.
I agree. I mean, I think all those guys. I mean, you're spot on. All those guys definitely deserve the recognition that we believe they will get coming up here in a day or so. So it's good to see that. You said so. First and second team, and then we got the all freshman team. I don't imagine we have anybody going on all freshmen, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, last year we had Brooks and Smith.
Yeah,
and they did pretty good this year off of that, but
we haven't had to rely on freshmen this year.
Yeah.
That's where I was getting to there. Is it's I don't think we have any candidates all freshmen, but we haven't had to, which is good.
Yeah. They do have an award for newcomer of the year also.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe Tommy Bullock would get some consideration for that one. He's had a really good year as a newcomer to Conference USA. But yeah, I think he had a good year, and he'd probably be a candidate for that.
Yeah. So what's so great about this is, and like I said, we're just sitting here guessing back and forth. We don't have to guess very much longer because these awards are going to be coming out, and we'll get those out, tweet about them, all that stuff, and we'll be talking about them next. This time next week we'll be talking about them on the next show. So. Awesome stuff. One more thing about this week that came out this week, Kevin, we want to mention, just drop it in right here, was the athletic department put out a feature video on Eric Lansinger, freshman outfielder for the Niners. And if folks, if you haven't had a chance to watch this, I think it was it 4 minutes long, 5 minutes long? Take time out of however many minutes it is. It's worth it. Take some time out of your day and go to the athletic department YouTube channel and check this out, because this kid's story is just phenomenal, Kevin.
Yeah, and I had read some stories when he was recruited about this, and it's a great story. It's great to hear him tell the story in this piece, but there's a real short piece, but great to hear. He's gone through a lot to be a pretty much 18-year-old kid, 19-year-old kid right now. He's
found out in middle school that he had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and fought that successfully, fought that ailment, that disease, while keeping school going. Kept going to baseball practice as much as he could just to be around his team. All that. He's paid a pretty hefty price to be a Niner.
Yeah, and he mentioned that he was without the game for a while, and he realized how much he loved it, and he's just appreciative for being able to play the game again, and he's got a different perspective on life than a lot of us, a lot of 18, 19-year-olds. For sure, yeah. And it's great to hear him say that, and great to hear him tell his story, and it's a good story to hear.
We got to meet him just briefly. I think it was ECU weekend when we were tailgating out there, and he came by, and we were to say hello. Really, all these guys are, but just the really well-mannered young man. Very, very humble, very. You can tell he's just very put together, and I like all these guys, but it'll be cool to see what he develops into, just knowing his background and how much tenacity you've got to have in order to do what he's already done so far in his life, much less his baseball career.
Right. I got a feeling we'll be talking about him a lot more.
Yeah.
As his career goes as a 49er. He's got a pretty big bat, and a year off in the weight room and getting conditioned and all that. Hopefully come back, be a big productive hitter in the lineup for us next year.
Yeah, for sure. So Kevin, let's get into this this conference tournament here. I know you've got the bracket there. Let's talk about how we see this thing playing out.
All right. Well, we got in our bracket, we finished 4th in the conference. We'll turn around and play the 5 seed against UTSA. On the other side of our bracket is Southern Miss, the 1 seed. They won our conference for the 2nd year in a row. Mm-hmm. And 8 seed UAB is in our bracket as well. UAB and Southern Miss will play on 4 on Wednesday, and we'll play at 7:30 Central Time on Wednesday. Be on ESPN3. So
8:30 our time. Be able to log in ESPN3 and stream it.
Yep. So ESPN3 Wednesday night. That's our side of the bracket. See, 4-5, 1-8 on our side, and then the other half of the bracket.
Just to make a note about that, all these games are going to be on ESPN3, with the exception of the championship game, right? I think it's going to be on CBS Sports.
CBS Sports Network. It's on at 1 p.m. this is Central Time. It'll be at 2 p.m.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
On Saturday.
On Saturday. But other than that championship Sunday. Game, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. 2 p.m. Sunday. Other than that, everything else will be on ESPN3. So we'll be able to watch them, which is great.
Yep. So
now, I interrupted you. Talk about the other half of the bracket.
Well, we got our half, and then the other half, the 2 seed Louisiana Tech. They're going up against the 7 seed Rice. Of course, Rice is made their way into the tournament.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, wait a
minute. I thought we buried them. I thought they were dead and gone, and that was it.
We didn't bury them. A lot of people wanted to, but we all knew that they would show up in the tournament.
We went out of our way not to bury them, didn't we?
We did, hoping they would get buried.
We were trying to jinx it. we were trying to buy them out.
But they'll face La Tech. It's a 7-2 game. And the other half of that bracket is the Florida Atlantic. They got 3 seed against Florida International, the 6 seed. And the matchup I'm hoping to see is Rice versus FAU.
Yeah.
at some point, I want to see that because
after all that business,
the bad taste in the mouth that they walked off the field in the middle of the game. Love to see what happens in that rematch. But
I'll be honest, I'm not going to watch every single game. I mean, I watch the Niners games. Other than that, probably not going to spend a whole lot of time watching it per se. But if Rice and FAU are playing, I'm watching that.
Yeah, that's going to be must-see TV.
Yeah.
But back down to our bracket, like I said, we've got two teams we faced already this year. Unfortunately, we lost a series against both of them, UTSA and UAB. And Southern Miss, we didn't face them for the second year in a row in conference regular season play. We faced them in the tournament last year, and they beat us twice down in Biloxi last year to advance to the championship game. But yeah,
that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, I'd love to get some payback on that. I'd love to see us get another good shot at them, and they have the 4-5 game, us versus UTSA. I mean, it's always tough when you play a team 3 times and then you have to go back and play them again. Both teams this weekend were kind of watching their pitching, limiting their pitch counts, and kind of mixing things up. So
nobody was showing their hand.
Yeah. I don't know.
What do you think we do? How do you think we play this out strategically?
Well, I mean, you look at last year. Last year we had Colton Laws and Brooks and Patton at the end of the year there. So we went with Brooks, pretty much a number 2 guy in the first game. Mm-hmm. And I think it was against UTSA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get Brooks last year, and then Colton Laws against what would have been the 1 seed, but La Tech knocked out Southern Miss last year.
Right.
So Colton Laws pitched against them and beat them, and
lights out.
Yeah, we went on to the semifinals, I guess.
You think so? You think we do that again? You think we go Brooks against San Antonio?
I'm guessing if they go kind of like the pattern they did last year, I would think they put Brooks in, and then Josh is in that second game.
Yeah.
Whether we're in the elimination bracket or we're in the playing the winners bracket.
That, and let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here, because we need to take care of business against San Antonio on Wednesday. But if everybody's doing, and everybody plays out this same basic strategy, if we get to a Thursday matchup, Sandlin versus Maciejewski, that could be cool.
Yeah, I'd love to throw our number 1 horse at theirs, man, and see what happens.
That's what you live for, right?
That's right. That's those big time games. I know last year Colton Laws, I mean, he went up against the pitcher of the year, Conference USA pitcher of the year, La Tech in that second game, and he broke the Conference USA strikeout record.
Yes,
tournament strikeout record. So, yeah, this is what tournament's all about, man. Guys step up and make names for themselves, and I mean, look what happened. Colton Laws had a great year, but he put a exclamation point on it on ESPN, and ended up getting drafted in the 7th round. So guys can step up, make big names for themselves, and
this is just going to be crazy. I mean, it is every year. Tournament baseball is a war of attrition.
Yeah,
you know.
And, I don't think we mentioned this. It's a double elimination tournament, so we play our bracket, and the winner of our bracket will play the winner of the top bracket in the championship game. It's a 1-game championship. So double elimination until you get to you eliminate everyone, and then you play for the championship.
Yeah.
So that Wednesday night we'll play the nightcap,
which is what we did last year as well. I think.
Same thing. Yeah, we played night games the first 2 nights. So if we would win that game, we'd play at Thursday at 8:30 again. So.
It's going to be no matter which way this plays out. It's just going to be a war. This is all about who runs out of pitching first.
Yeah, it's going to be a war of attrition, like I said, and it's pitching management. Sometimes plays a lot into it, whether you can get by with the guy here or not throw a guy on this situation, just kind of save him for later. But
guys will be coming in on short rest.
Yeah, and guys that hadn't seen the ball a lot may be getting the ball.
Yeah.
So,
well, what I like about that potential one, if you're doing that, it's because you're still winning. Right. So the people that get sent home do not have pitching management issues.
They don't have to worry about it.
They don't have to worry about anything. So if you're worrying about it, that means you're still alive. But two, some of the guys that haven't gotten as much work over the course of the season, and I'm thinking like Morrison, Craver, Wynn, we've gotten those guys in the games a few times over the last few weeks, and they've actually done pretty well.
Right.
I mean, Austin Wynn still has his 0.0 ERA.
That's right.
And Morrison has looked good. Craver has had some nice moments. So that's actually a good thing that we got those guys in to do that within the last few weeks. So
if you look at our staff, I mean, I think we're fairly deep. We've got 7 guys that started for us this year in games. Josh, Brooks, Cooner,
Chase has started.
Chase Gooding,
Pinckney started.
Jonah Patton, and Colby Bruce.
Yeah.
Colby Bruce. So 7 guys have started games for us this year. I don't think Jonah's going to be starting for us, but those other 6 guys, they've had starting experience, and we've had a lot of veteran relievers. Like we talked about the senior day guys. We've had most of those guys were senior. The senior guys were our bullpen guys, and so we'll definitely lean on them heavy this tournament. This is where they come in handy with the experience. They've been in the tournament situation before. We went down there last year, did the same thing.
I think what you're trying to say is it's on.
It is on, and
it's on.
They'll have the home field advantage. UAB, Southern Miss will. They have a lot of fans out there, and from all of what I've heard from last year, is everyone had a good time, and it was a good experience, a good place to have it in Biloxi, Mississippi. I think it's what
we got to go down there sometime.
Yeah, the Biloxi Shuckers is what their minor league affiliate is that plays there. But
we got to get down there sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to one day.
I think the guys got back. Did they get back in last night?
They flew in last night on Saturday night, and then they got on the bus today.
Did they actually board the bus today?
I believe so. They're heading down to practice.
I think that's at 10 hours.
Well, I don't know if they're stopping somewhere to practice tomorrow and then rolling through and then practicing at the stadium on Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, they're probably en route right now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good tournament. It's a quality conference tournament. A lot of good teams. There's I think 3 teams that have been ranked this year. Mm-hmm. Then you got Rice in there, who's always going to be. They're fighting for their 37 straight postseason bid.
And their coach.
Their coach is going out he's going out in a blaze of glory, I think. So they're going to be playing for him, and Southern Miss is going to want to put their stamp on it. They got Rice beat them out last year for the championship, and I think they're wanting to claim the regular season and the tournament title. So
yeah. So this time next week, we'll know. We'll be talking about what's shaking out. And then the question will turn. What we still won't know this time next week is how many bids the league will get, because that won't go down until, I guess, Monday afternoon. But right now, I would say that we've got 3 decent candidates. Southern Miss, obviously, but there are cases for FAU and Louisiana Tech as at least worthy of consideration for at-large status.
Right. I mean, yeah, they're in the same side of the bracket, so one of them's probably going to have a good shot.
Yeah.
They win a couple games and keep that RPI down. It's going to, I see 2, possibly 3.
Yeah,
and,
it's possible.
Yeah,
I think 2 seems like to be the number that I'm kind of thinking, but 3 would be good.
Yeah. Yeah, and you never know with Rice.
When they win the tournament. We're not going to let them do that, Kevin. They have to go through us.
We're going to beat them because we're going to come out of our bracket. They're going to come out of theirs, and
yeah,
we're going to do just like we did that 9th inning.
That's right. We're going to wait till there's 2 outs.
2 strikes.
2 strikes, and then we're going to take them out. That'd be cool. Be fun to do that again. I mean, why not? It was fun the first time. Fun again.
I think everybody's nerves would not make it through that.
No, I would, I just, y'all have to tell me about it when I come to. What happened, Kevin? I don't know. I was out too. All right, well, it's going to be fun. It's that time of year. Before we get out of here, let's give you guys a Pro Niner update. Some of those have been kind of slow. We've got some stuff we want to keep you in the loop on them because those guys are doing some impressive work. Start with Brett Netzer, they just wrapped up the first leg of a doubleheader. We kind of had the game on in the background if you've been hearing something, watching Brett play in Salem. They had a really weird week. Everybody had a really weird week with the weather. They had 6 games rained out. The Salem Red Sox had 6 games rained out. They played 2 games, and Brett got both those games off. So he had some time off. He got back in the lineup today. Game 1 of the doubleheader, and the game ended while we've been sitting here recording. I know he was 2 for 2. I think so. He had at least 2 hits, but I'm guessing he probably ended up 2 for 4. I don't know.
I think we just watched his last at bat.
I think that was it. Yeah.
So
probably 2 for 4 with a single and a double. On the season now, Brett's batting .283 with 1 home run and 15 RBI. So that he's continuing on. He's having a solid season. The big news this week, I think, was around TJ Nichting. What happened with that, Kevin?
Yeah, TJ got the call. He got called up to the Carolina League, but got called up to High Frederick and from
Frederick Keys
from Delmarva. He's up in the Carolina League with Brett Netzer now, and I think they're actually playing into each other next
Monday
week.
Monday through Thursday. Yeah. So it would be Niner on Niner crime.
Tomorrow and through Thursday.
Yeah, tomorrow through Thursday. And the unfortunate part about that is that they don't have Frederick is the host team, and Frederick does not broadcast on MILB TV, so we won't be able to see it.
Oh, man.
I know. Come on, get with the program, Frederick. That'd be cool to see those guys.
Put your games on TV.
Yeah, put your game. I mean, it's the internet, man. Put them on. If we can be on the internet, so can you, Frederick. So can you. Right? We can listen to the game online, but can't see it. TJ, he's been up. He went 2 for 3 today. He's batting. He's been up. I think he's been 4 games with Frederick, batting .266 with them right now. Still batting .314 on the year. 1 home run, 21 RBI. So TJ's been looking good. The interesting thing will be, I think that Frederick had to put 2 outfielders on the DL, and that's what precipitated that TJ call up. It will be interesting to see how long those guys are on the DL and what happens when they come back. If TJ is, how all that shakes out. But great opportunity for him.
Right. And he was having a great season in Delmarva, and I was hoping to kind of see him because they have their Sally League All-Star games in Greensboro. Mm-hmm. I was kind of hoping to see Zach and TJ get selected to that team.
Well, what really ticks my daughter off is she's the self-proclaimed president of the TJ Nichting fan club, and she was all set to see them in Kannapolis, like the 29th, I think, coming up. Yeah. And then so just as they're about to come to Kannapolis, he gets called up. She wasn't happy when I told her about it. I said, "But you're happy for TJ, right?" No. This is about me, she said.
Well, he'll be in Winston. You can check him out in Winston-Salem or
we'll have to work that.
Or the Mudcats or the
we'll work that.
Maybe even Down East Wood Ducks trip.
Dude. The Down East Wood Ducks. I still want to get down there to Kinston today.
They've got a great old ballpark down there.
Yeah, I want to see that. So we still got Zach at Delmarva. He hit his 8th home run of the season today. So he's sitting at .298 with 8 home runs and 18 RBI. And he will be back in his hometown of Hickory this week, Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I had to try to get up there, man.
It just seems, was it week before last they were there?
It was 2 weeks ago or so. And,
yeah.
It's hard to get there during the week, but I'd like to try to get up there.
Yeah, that would be good. Our last Pro Niner, Colton Laws. In fact, see if you can grab that. Do you have that box score? Colton has been pitching while we were doing this show. I don't know if that's probably gone final now.
That's a final. They lost 9-6, but he got.
See what Colton did?
I know he got at least one strikeout. He came in relief late in that game. Let's see. I got the box right here. He Colton Laws. He pitched 4 innings of relief. 0 runs on 4 hits and 4 strikeouts. So really good relief appearance for him. 4 solid innings,
Yeah. And let's set the table. Let me give you the context for that. Coming into today, Colton had made 4 appearances. And his first 2 appearances were they just weren't that good. He did not have good outings those first 2 of the year. But his last 2 starts coming into today, they were both starts. He had pitched they were 2 4-inning outings. He had pitched 8 total innings, given up 6 hits, 1 earned run with 11 Ks and no walks. So you add in today another 4 innings.
Another 4 scoreless innings.
Another 4 scoreless innings. And how many strikeouts did you say?
4 Ks.
4 Ks with no walks. So his last 12 innings, he's given up 1 earned run, struck out 15 with no walks.
I think the 1 earned run, he gave up a homer, 1 solo homer. And that's been it for the last, 4?
Yeah. Yeah, last 12 innings, 1 earned run, 15 Ks, no walks for Colton. That's solid.
Yeah, he's trending in the right direction for sure. He's getting his feet under him in A-ball.
And that's probably a pretty difficult transition to make, as he did, because you're down there. He was in extended spring training. The season went ahead and started, and then so he gets the call up. And he's going in against batters that are in the flow. They've been playing games, and he's just come from extended spring training and go in and get those guys out.
Right. I believe he had some shoulder issues, but he got them all worked out, and he said he's 100%. I don't know if you guys out there have had a chance to listen to their interview with him in the pregame last week, but he had a pretty good interview about the draft process and ECU and moving on to Charlotte and talked about Sean Doty and some of the guys at Charlotte. But if you hadn't had a chance to check that out, I'd recommend checking that out.
Yeah, we retweeted that last week, right?
Yeah,
so that's out there. Go check that out. It's really cool. So those 4 guys, they're all doing pretty good things out there, Kevin.
Yeah, they're having successful seasons. Looking forward to seeing what else they can do on the field. It's making us proud following them guys. What they do on and off the field for sure. Be
fun this summer for sure, and we'll talk about this a little down the line. But probably gonna add some guys to that mix this summer too. So be really cool. We're gonna be really busy this summer, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, always.
Really busy. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here. If you're headed down to Biloxi, guys, travel safe. Send us pictures. We love getting that stuff. We've got several folks that have been sending us snapshots, taking pictures and stuff at the Hayes, at road games, what have you. We love that. We'll always pass along any pictures you send. So let us know what's going on. Y'all travel safe.
I want to see some stuff that's going on off, like where people, restaurants and stuff going in Biloxi. I want to see some kind of the Biloxi experience.
I tell you what, folks, if you want to send us pictures of what Kevin just called the Biloxi experience, we want to see those, but we'll promise not to retweet them.
We can't make that promise.
We can't?
I just want to see Biloxi experience, man. That's what I want. I want to see the ballpark, the area, the team.
When you're talking about going into restaurants and stuff, crazy stuff goes on, man.
Well,
it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Send us your pictures.
We want to live vicariously through.
That's right. We want to live vicariously through you guys. So if you are headed down to Biloxi, please be safe and have a good time and send us pictures. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up here. Kevin, let's get it done. It's tourney time, baby.
Yeah, this is the time to do it right here, baby.
Okay, well, for Kevin and producer Brad, I am Nick. And, well, Kevin, I can't see you at the Hayes, and I'm not going to Biloxi, but what the heck, it's tradition now. Until next time, we'll see you at the Hayes.